аборт. Есть переход блока И на бортовое питание 30-й. Есть отрыв. Есть мачта 30-й. Есть отрыв холодный пневмоколодок блока И 70-й. Промежуточная. Главное. Подъем. Двигатели центрального и боковых блоков вышли на режим главной ступени. 10 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме. 20 секунд. Двигатели первой и второй ступеней работают нормально. 30 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме. 40 секунд.
And they are off. The next batch of OneWeb satellites have started their journey on board Soyuz flight number ST29, blazing a trail across the Siberian skies. We are looking there at the boosters, 4 of them burning, and they use a lot of firepower to get us away from the gravity of our planet. They're doing all the work right now. They burn for just under 2 minutes, and if we're lucky, we might even see them separating with the naked eye, because what we're looking at here is a nice, clean sky, clear sky, Maurizio. We're very lucky.
Very lucky tonight, and we're back.
Absolutely, Maurizio. We've lifted off. It's a long way to go, but you're back in action.
Back in action, absolutely. Our next 36 satellites, our batch 3 is on the way. And let's look what's going to happen over the next 4 hours. It's a bit of a long way to go, but looking forward to it.
And I think we are just seeing now the jettisoning of the boosters. Are we? We should see 4 dots.
130 секунд. Стабилизация изделия устойчивая.
Separating, we can see there it's going higher and higher into the sky, heading deeper and deeper into space.
Второй ступени работает нормально.
The next event is the separation of the fairing. Let's go back to you, Vincent. Have you got any news for us from your end?
Yes, so yes, we have the confirmation of the separation of the booster. Yes, so it is a good news. So we are getting the information from the team in the CVI. So the CV in French, so it means we control Israeli media. So this operation team is tracking the launch vehicle and receive the telemetry data from it, so they can consequently confirm major events when they have occurred, yes.
And it's incredible that we're still seeing these images here, even though we're now getting very close to the border with space. We're heading, or if not, we may have already got to the Kármán line. We call that the border with space. It's the point at which basically you have to use rocket science to stay up, because you can't use vehicles with wings anymore. And so we are getting close to separation of the fairing. Do you have any information yet on that, Vincent?
230 секунд. Параметры конструкции ракеты-носителя в норме. 240 секунд. Тангаж, рыскание, вращение в норме.
So we're still seeing those beautiful images there, quite remarkable. And we are scheduled to have lost our fairing, I think, by now, but we'll be waiting for Vincent to get those confirmations. And we're getting confirmation here that second stage is working nominally. We're burning the second stage right now because we've had the separations. So
confirm the separation of the second stage and of the fairing, so ignition of the third stage as well. Yes.
So OneWeb's going to give us fast internet from space. Let's take a little look now and see how the system is going to work.
The nose module to the intermediate transfer orbit, so it is an elliptical orbit, and the duration of this burn is just over 5 minutes. In the meantime, I can confirm that the third stage is separated, and it works. It has worked totally nominally, yes. And the first frigate burn is as well confirmed.
So that's good. We've got confirmations there that everything's working normally. Everything's going according to plan. And just a quick description of what we're looking at here. You can see the third stage, the blue, obviously blue flame is the engine burning. Then the black disc and the silver disc are the third stage. Then we've got the gold structure, that's the frigate upper stage. And then we've got the satellites attached. And this is the scheduled moment now to switch off the upper stage engine. And we should see that then separating. There we go. It looks like that in space. These are CGI images which have been designed to show us what's happening up there in space. So now the next thing, as Vincent was just telling us about, Maurizio, is the ignition of the frigate upper stage. It's that gold structure there, and it's got all sorts of things on it. It's the brain of the whole vehicle. It's got the onboard computer. It can switch its engine on and off a number of different times while it's in space, and that of course makes it perfect for delivering all kinds of satellites to all kinds of orbits. And you could call it our celestial bus driver, and we're just waiting for it to switch its engine on right now. As Vincent was telling us, it's pushing the fluids back into the tanks. So it's just a little bit like if you put your foot on the accelerator of the car and you get pushed back against the seat of the car. That's what it looks like up there. Now, OneWeb are literally revolutionizing the way satellites are built. Let's take a look at how they do it. As we call it, actually means traveling without the engine, and we can see there that's what it looks like. It's switched the scheduled time for it to switch its engine off. So we're coasting without the engine. But Vincent, this really, as I said, it's the next phase, isn't it, of the journey?
Yes, this is the next phase. So the frigate engine works nominally, so it is a good confirmation. So we enter now a ballistic phase. So we're traveling high enough and fast enough to cruise without the engine. So during this phase, we optimize the orientation of the launch vehicle in order to ensure the best condition for frigate, but also for the 36 satellites. So this ballistic phase is done with, I would say, a barbecue mode during 45 minutes. So that is to say a rotation of the nose module around its longitudinal axis. So it is a ballistic phase with a duration of 57 minutes. And after this ballistic phase, there will be a second ignition of the frigate main engine to circularize the orbit and inject the nose module into the satellite separation orbit.
I love the technical terms in space, the barbecue phase, which actually does what it says on the tin, because the upper stage, as you could see there, sometimes when you look at it, you actually see it rotating. So it is rotating as if on a spit. Of course, it's incredibly hot when you're facing the sun and incredibly cold when you're away from the sun. So you need to have that constant rotation just to keep the temperatures nice and even. We lifted off from the pad at 12:26 today. That's 12:26 in London. And it was a really sensational launch, wasn't it? It was beautiful. Let's hope that we can have another look at it.